My name is David. I'm 26 years old, and what I'm about to tell you happened in November 2023. I had been unemployed for 3 months. Bills were piling up, and when you're desperate for money, you end up doing things you'd normally never do. That's when I saw the ad on Craigslist. Seeking volunteer for psychological experiment. Duration 48 hours. Payment $5,000 in cash. Requirements: over 21, no history of heart or psychiatric issues. Experience may cause extreme discomfort. Serious applicants only. $5,000 in cash for 2 days. My rent was $1,200. I owed $800 on my credit card, and I had exactly $47 in my bank account. I emailed them immediately. The response came within 2 hours, and I just wanted money. The address came in an industrial area, a time, Friday at 8 p.m., and a single instruction: bring only your ID and a change of clothes. Everything else will be provided. I should have been suspicious. I should have done more research. But when you're broke, your judgment becomes impaired. Friday arrived. The address led me to an unmarked commercial building with blacked-out windows. It looked abandoned, yet a light shone on the second floor. I parked and sat in my car for 10 minutes, debating whether to go in. $5,000, I kept repeating. I rang the bell. The door opened immediately. Someone was waiting. A man in his 50s, neatly trimmed gray hair, dark suit, professional demeanor. He smiled. "David, I'm Dr. Harrison. Please come in." Inside was clinical. White walls, bright lights, disinfectant smell, like an upscale medical office. He guided me to a small room with 2 chairs and a table, scattered with papers and a pen. "Before we start, I need you to sign some documents. Standard protocol," he said. They were thick: a consent form, a liability waiver, a confidentiality agreement. Technical language, but the message was clear. They weren't responsible for anything that happened to me. I could sue nobody, and I must never talk about the experiment. "What exactly is the experiment?" I asked. Dr. Harrison folded his hands. "We study human responses to extreme fear. Controlled scenarios that trigger survival instincts. It's completely safe, but intense." "What kind of situations?" "I prefer not to detail. That compromises authenticity. I can guarantee no permanent physical harm." The word permanent made me uneasy. And what if I want to quit halfway? "You can quit any time, but payment only comes after completing the full 48 hours. I stared at the papers, then at him. $5,000. 48 hours. I signed them all. "Excellent. Let's begin," he said, leading me down a long hallway to a heavy metal door and a small elevator with no buttons, just a digital panel. The doors closed. The elevator descended, for far too long to be a normal basement. When it finally stopped, we emerged into a military-style bunker. Concrete walls, fluorescent lighting, recycled air, numbered doors lining the corridor. Dr. Harrison led me to door number 7. "This is your room for the next 2 days." Inside was a bare cell. Bed, desk, chair, small bathroom. No windows or decor. Only white walls and a ceiling camera. Meals will be served regularly. The experiment starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. Try to rest. He locked the door and left. Alone. I tried to sleep but couldn't. The silence was total, oppressive, like being buried alive. At 9 a.m. sharp, the door opened. A woman in a white coat and surgical mask entered. Breakfast time. She escorted me to a metal table holding a tray of scrambled eggs, toast, orange juice, completely tasteless. When I asked about Dr. Harrison, she replied coldly, "He's busy. Eat." She watched me silently return to my room and said, "Experiment starts in an hour. Prepare mentally." An hour later, 2 men in lab coats arrived. One held a syringe. "What's that?" I asked. "A mild sedative for transport." "Transport where?" "You signed, David. No questions now." Before I knew it, they pressed the needle into my arm. My vision blurred, legs went weak, and they both pushed me in a wheelchair down endless corridors, deep underground. When the sedative wore off, I was in an alien room. Round, raw concrete walls, no furniture or visible cameras, a steel door with no handle on my side, and a speaker above me. A voice crackled. "Welcome to Phase 1, David. You'll stay here for 12 hours. Do nothing but wait. Food every 4 hours. Good luck." 12 hours in an empty room seemed simple, until it wasn't. The first 2 hours were silent agony. No clock, no reference. Every minute felt like an hour. In the 3rd hour, sounds began, scratching inside the walls, whispers in multiple voices, voice-overlapping murmurs begging, "Help me, I can't get out, it's so dark." I pounded the walls and screamed, "Is someone there?" Silence followed. Then, louder, "Help me, please." Fear built. The speaker crackled. "Well done, David. You're learning. 8 more hours to complete Phase 1. What followed was psychological torture. Random footsteps, knocks, muffled cries. So sudden, the silence was worse than the sound. Meals came via a small wall opening. Sandwiches, water, and an apple, and a note. "Escape while you can. They lie about everything. Mine." My heart raced. Someone was trying to warn me, but who? I tore the note to shreds and swallowed it. 2 hours later, the speaker announced, "Congratulations, David. You've completed Phase 1. Prepare for Phase 2 transport." The same men hauled me off into older, moist-smelling corridors, arriving at a pneumatic door labeled Phase 2. Beyond, a horrifying truth. A twisted replica of my childhood home. A living room filled with familiar, yet off-kilter objects. Blank picture frames, static-filled TV, blood-stained rug. They told me, "This is your home for 2 days. We reconstructed it from your public records. You authorized full access." My blood ran cold. They'd excavated my life, legally. Phase 2 is simple. Stay here for 36 hours. Food, water, entertainment provided. But you must not leave between midnight and 6 a.m., no matter what. Alone, I explored. A small kitchen, a basic bathroom, a fold-out bed, canned food. But the details, photos with faces erased, broken childhood toys, an album defaced with red symbols, terrified me. At midnight it began. Slow knocks from behind the TV. The rule rang in my mind, "Stay put." Then a whisper, "David, are you there?" The voice of my mother, dead since I was 12. Tears streamed down my face. "You're not real. it's the experiment," I muttered. The voice begged again. The doorknob rattled. Then, "Very smart. But what about your father?" My father had died too. Laughter echoed everywhere. Children and adults, shrieks of madness. I covered my ears as the noise cut out quickly. Then the sound of keys, unlocking the door. It opened, empty, but leading into a dark corridor that didn't exist before. "Come, David, we have much to show you." I screamed. The rule was to stay, only to hear, "The rules have changed." Lights revealed walls covered in photos of me, babies, birthdays, thousands of them. I gasped, "How did you get these?" "This is no lab. It's a prison. You're not a volunteer, but a prisoner for 3 months." My heart froze. I tried to remember, sending resumes, heading for a job interview, stepping into an elevator. Nothing after that until home, seeing the Craigslist ad. All the 5,000 and experiment was a fabrication. You've been test subjects, gone missing. I panicked. "No, that's not true." Voices came from behind doors, people begging, crying. "We only measure how far the human mind can break," they said. "You're in the final phase." I collapsed, but then I remembered the note, "Escape while you can." I knew there must be a way out. I ran down endless halls until I found a plain red door, unlocked. It led to a spiral staircase bathed in sunlight. I climbed desperately and burst out into a forest. I ran until I reached a road where a driver picked me up and called the police. No building was found. I was found 200 kilometers from the city, disoriented, emaciated. Doctors diagnosed a severe mental collapse. My experiment story dismissed as trauma-fueled fantasy. But I know it was real, because a week later, I got an unmarked envelope, a photo of me sleeping in that fold-out bed. On the back, in handwriting, "Thanks for participating. Experiment successfully completed. Your data was valuable. We will contact you if we need more volunteers. Dr. Harrison." I moved the next month. But sometimes, late at night, my phone rings. No one on the line. And when that happens, I swear I hear, "David, it's time for the next phase."